Toyota. Let's go places.
This judgment is so old and the fight so new in court that this man's only choice may be to pay the $65,000 to support a child that isn't his and who he's only met once last year. Gabriel Cornejo came to Harris County Family Court hoping he wouldn't have to leave common sense at the door.
I've never thought that in my life I would have to defend myself for something that I'm innocent of.
Cornejo is a father. He's raising his 3 kids and 2 of his brother's children. But last year tells us a deputy showed up at his door with court papers claiming the state of Texas thinks he has another child.
She turned out to be 15, 16 years old at the time, I think.
Cornejo claims he never knew and pretty much immediately set out to meet his then 16-year-old daughter for what he says was the first time.
She's a wonderful girl, very smart, just a lot going on for herself.
He, his wife, and the ex-girlfriend he broke up with 16 years ago all agreed he should get a DNA test, and he did.
Well, the results came in and I'm not the father.
But that's not the end of the case, not even close. Cornejo's ex still wants the money, and so does the state of Texas. In 2003, Cornejo's ex-girlfriend went to court and said Cornejo was the only possible father. The state of Texas got what's called a default judgment and started assessing child support payments, which continue to add up, now totaling nearly $65,000. Cornejo says he was never told. Court records suggest, but don't prove, he got a subpoena way back when, and he denies it. Lawyers for the mother of the child suggest support was taken from Cornejo's paycheck long ago and Cornejo never fought it. That can be enough to establish a Loctite claim that Cornejo should have dealt with this long ago.
Don't stick your head in the sand because it's not going to go away, and there can be consequences even if you don't do anything.
Unfortunately, this young child is the one who suffers.
Unless he and his lawyer can convince a judge to take a second look, there's nothing that can change the old court order, and Cornejo will still owe all that money.
They say he should have fought it back then. He failed to do so. He didn't do so within 4 years. But how can you fight something you don't know anything about?
The case will be back in court later this summer. In the meantime, Cornejo is pushing for a change in state law that could prevent situations like the one he's in. Ted Oberg, 13 Eyewitness News.
Man facing jail for not paying child support for a child DNA proves is not his. A man is being forced to pay nearly $65,000 in child support payments for a 16-year-old daughter who is not his, according to a DNA test. By Rachel Blevins, July 21, 2017. A court in Houston, Texas, is forcing a father to pay nearly $65,000 in child support payments for a daughter he has only met once who is actually not his child, according to a DNA test. Gabriel Cornejo has found himself embroiled in a legal battle after an ex-girlfriend informed him that he has a daughter who is now 16 years old. However, after meeting the girl once, Cornejo told ABC 13 that he pursued a DNA test, and learned that he is not her father. I never thought in my whole life I would have to defend myself or something that I am innocent of, Cornejo said, noting that he is already raising 3 children of his own, along with 2 of his brother's children. Texas state law punishes non-payment of child support harder than most. According to the Child Support Division at the Attorney General's office, Cornejo could be extorted and thrown in prison for failing to pay for a child that is not his. The AG's office enforces child support through the following ways. Advertisement. Requiring that the employer of the deadbeat dad deduct the child support from his paycheck by withholding the amount from his wages. Intercepting lottery winnings, tax refund checks or any other money that is due from state or federal government sources. Filing liens against property or assets owned by the deadbeat dad. Suspending drivers, professional or hunting licenses. Laws dealing with child support in Texas state that deadbeat dads who owe more than 3 months of past due child support, and who do not have a voluntary repayment schedule, face mandatory license suspension. Usually the individual will initially be given a warning and an opportunity to remedy the situation prior to suspension. Filing a lawsuit against the deadbeat dad and asking a court to enforce the order. sentencing the delinquent parent to jail time and entering a judgment in the amount of past due child support. Read more. They can already hack the iPhone. FBI's public display is propaganda to sell you the police state. The child support payments were reportedly mandated after Cornejo's ex-girlfriend went to court in 2003, and claimed that Cornejo was the only possible father. While the court records suggest Cornejo was sent a subpoena, he claimed he never received one, and he never appeared in court. As a result, the court issued a default judgment holding Cornejo responsible for 18 years' worth of child support, which has totaled nearly $65,000 thus far. A similar case occurred in 1992, when a man named Johnny Morales appealed a default judgment from the Texas Attorney General that declared him the father of a child, and ordered him to pay child support payments. After Morales denied paternity and refused to submit to a court-ordered DNA test, the court pursued additional evidence from the mother about Morales's paternity and financial ability, rendered a default paternity judgment. However, in Cornejo's case, because he never went to court, he claims the default judgment was issued without his knowledge. Carell Stith, the lawyer representing Cornejo's ex-girlfriend, told ABC 13 that child support was taken from Cornejo's paycheck long ago, and he never fought it. In contrast, Cornejo's lawyer Cheryl Coleman insisted, "They say he should have fought back then and he failed to do so." But how can you fight something you don't know anything about? Now, Cornejo is seeking to appeal to a judge to reopen the case. Otherwise, he faces either $65,000 in payments or time in jail under the 2003 court order. He is set to appear in court in August. As the Free Thought Project has reported, the theme of men facing jail time for failing to pay child support even when DNA tests prove they are not the fathers of the children in question is nothing new. In January 2015, Carnell Alexander was facing the same verdict from a court in Detroit. Read more. This cop was suspended for beating multiple people, 7 years, and $600,000 later he's still on vacation. Despite the fact that a DNA test proved her was not the father of the child in question, the state declared him the father, and claimed that he owed $30,000 in back child support, based off of the fact that the child's mother used Alexander's name on welfare paperwork. After reports on Alexander's case garnered massive attention, attorney Cherika Harris agreed to take on his case. As the suit moved forward, ABC 7 reported that Wayne County dismissed the child support case against Alexander, and he received official notice in December 2016 that he does not owe child support for a child that is not his.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Charlotte County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, you know, at least I can do it, you know, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, you know, if I got, you know, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. You know, 47,000 of you so far right now. You know, $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.